What should we call this one?
Nothing that has anything to do with sriracha. Young living ain't no, it's fucked up.
So funny because she just sent me a text that was like, "Who's this co-host bitch?" And I was like, I was expecting her to be like, you know how like sometimes you're like, "Who is this? You can't have friends other than me." I thought it was gonna be one of those, and then she was like, "I think I need to be your best friend. Hook a girl up." And I was like,
That's so funny.
oh
my God, that's such a compliment because I always feel so awkward. Like I'll be honest with you, I've listened to every one of ours ish, but it's so hard to listen to yourself. And anybody who has not listened to themselves, I dare you to try it. Like, it's really cringy.
Yeah. You know what, though, too, is that I noticed when I listen is that I say I feel a lot.
Oh.
There's a lot of things that, see. But remember hearing your voice on an answering machine back in the day? It's like that.
Hey, everybody.
But the longest answering machine message that ever existed.
Like 40-minute long answering machine
message,
messages. It's really tough.
Yeah.
And I can only hear myself cackle so many times.
Same.
I know.
The two of us combined have very intense cackling.
I know.
So much so that it breaks the computer and we sound like robots.
Yeah. Like that one episode. Oh my God. I told you, Jay. So Jay was like, oh yeah. He and his coworker listened to it, and it was the one episode that was up for like 3 hours.
Oh no, he did?
Yes, that's why I texted you.
You didn't text me that.
I swear.
No.
That I texted it to you.
No.
That they listened while it was up. And they were like, whoa,
awful.
The sound is weird. And I was
did he at least try
I was
to
like, did you listen to something else? And he was like, yeah, we listened to a different one, but only for like 5 minutes because we had to go into work.
Oh my God.
And so like, that is not like, you know.
You know what? It's really funny. Did I tell you? I think I told you this. So like Channy Nicholas, she's got a podcast called The Astrology of the Week Ahead. And on Monday, she was like, everything's going to be fine. But starting tomorrow, I don't remember what was happening, but it's going to be kind of like a mini Mercury retrograde. And I was like, okay, whatever. I don't really believe in that. I do, but Mercury retrogrades when they affect everyone else. It never really affects me. But she said.
What? You go unscathed typically?
I kind of do.
What?
And so I'm always like, okay, Mercury retrograde. But so I didn't really heed. She's like, it could mean nothing, but just like double check before you post things. Double check before you send that email. Double check before you book that flight. And I was like, bloop, bloop, bloop. And then as I listened in the morning and I heard audio on audio, I had like the full on. I was like, Johnny!
You literally texted me and we're like melting. And then I talked to you and you're like, I've been emailing Apple or, whatever. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. Like, I can't with this. And like, I need to get like handled. It needs to come off.
And actually, they
off really quick. Yeah. I was pretty impressed.
It was really, really quick. But I was like, horrified.
Yeah.
And I mean, we are West
Can you
Coast,
see? Well, it's gone. So we can't even see who listened to that.
No.
Honestly, for the best.
For the best.
If
you listen to that episode where it was 2 layers of audio on top of each other.
Our apologies.
So sorry.
That was wild.
I blame whatever Mercury retrograde situation happened and myself for not heeding Channy's warnings.
Well, I mean, even if you did, would that have changed?
What? No, yeah.
Because was it the way you uploaded it or was it weird because...
No,
Oh, no!
No, so it was my fault because there was a part where we laughed so loud that it sounded like robots. And so I had to layer a different audio track by like switching. And I unmuted what I thought was muted. And so it just started with like the front end of our conversation when I pressed record.
Woof. Okay.
Luckily,
I can judge not because I don't even deal with any of that stuff.
yeah, no.
So.
I was like, I knew exactly.
I'm just happy to be here.
The moment I started playing it, I knew exactly what had happened. And I'm like, the image of all of the audio tracks came up in
Like
my
you
mind.
can see the
It was like That's So Raven, but instead of seeing the future, it was me seeing me fucking up the audio tracks.
Oh, that is such a wild reference because my sister would get that. That's so Raven. So yeah, they listen.
I was gonna try to follow up with something about the audio, and I couldn't.
No, well,
I couldn't fit it into a song. Specifically That's So Raven song.
I mean, it didn't give you much.
There
was not much to go off of.
No, she goes, "That's the future I can see." I did say "Never Let Me Sing Again" on the podcast.
You definitely did sing. You have a great voice. Give yourself some grace, but it's hard to listen to yourself. I get it. It's fine.
So this one is gonna a little unique.
Okay.
Because I think it's going to be a two-parter. However, it's two separate things. They're not cases.
Okay.
But this week, we're going to be talking about Young Living, the essential oil company.
Hence doTERRA.
Hence
the doTERRA talk about it all. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hence the doTERRA talks. Hence.
Did I tell you that I bought oils and a oil machine?
Yeah.
And with the pamphlet, they really speak highly of the guy, whatever his name.
Oh wait, you bought a Young Living one? Yeah.
It's like
I remember
close to $200, maybe even more.
Yeah.
I forget how much it was, but they like rave about the original, the OG guy who like makes all these oils. That is natural and
yeah. So Donald Gary Young.
Is that his? Yes. Okay, cool. That guy.
This is
that
a
guy. Segue.
That was a good segue. So Donald Gary Young was born July 11th, 1949 in Idaho Falls. That's in Idaho.
Wild.
Just in case you didn't know.
Interesting.
To a very poor Mormon family. His childhood home didn't have running water, electricity, or a floor.
Oh, shit.
So very, very poor.
They were like in the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As a young adult, he kind of floundered. He hadn't really like found his place. He worked for the Forest Service for a bit. I had a moment where I was like, am I even recording? I am.
Like that, bro.
So he floundered for a little bit. He hadn't found his place. So he worked for the Forest Service. Then he moved to Canada with the intention of homesteading. And then he says at 24, he suffered a near-fatal logging accident that left him in a coma for 3 weeks and paralyzed from the waist down.
Let me guess. Oils fixed his ass?
We're almost there. In her book, Mary Young, his wife, claims that he tried to unalive himself 3 times.
Oh, that's really sad.
The third time, he tried to starve himself by only drinking water and lemon juice. He did this for 253 days, and then a miracle happened. He started to feel his feet again. And so then...
Can't even take you serious.
Is it my eyebrows?
No, your eyebrows look fantastic. But it's like, and then a miracle happened.
And then a miracle happened.
I feel his feet again. It's the eye contact. It's like the, ooh.
He said he spent 2.5 years in a wheelchair before learning how to walk again, and then eventually was able to run a full marathon.
What?
Court records show that he was indeed hospitalized, but he also just used a wheelchair for 4 months.
Yeah.
That's like a broken leg or something.
Yeah. That's not like, and I don't know, like, I'm not like a doctor, but I do watch Naked and Afraid.
I mean, I think there's a difference between saying 2.5 years and 4 months.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not a doctor, but I do watch Naked and Afraid.
I mean, if you were going by D. Gary Young standards, that would make you a doctor.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I digress.
Lemon juice?
Lemon juice?
Yeah.
I digress. Actually, must be right. Must be true. All things true. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. Yeah, so
4 months.
highly, yeah. Mary Young also
Wheelchair.
claimed that it was this incident that sparked Young's distrust of the medical establishment. This could possibly be true regardless of the severity of his injuries, because I feel like a lot of people have big brushes with accidents or what have you, and they maybe don't get the care that they want or they need, and so they start to be like,
Fuck this. I can do
fuck
this
this.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which I get.
this could be fair, but I mean, there's no reason to like go and be like, oh, I was in a
And-
wheelchair.
Yeah.
for...
And like completely fabricate something that's not true to sell people on things.
Yes.
So
So he starts half-assing some qualifications to try to become a doctor, I guess. He gets a mail order course in nutrition.
I knew it. I felt like something like that was gonna happen.
He watches 3 episodes
Why
of
did he
Naked
be a
and
doctor?
Afraid.
Oh my
No,
god.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh! I almost peed a little bit. I almost peed a little bit. I was like, you can't make this shit up. Oh my god.
The excitement on your face.
What? Beside myself. Oh my god. That would have been just so good. That came so natural for you. I'm very impressed. Wow.
Always bring it back to Naked and Afraid. I feel like I have been thinking about Naked. I think it was because of the naked guy from the last
Oh yeah, the naked
one.
guy who frolics in the
Got,
fields. Yeah,
Naked and
yeah.
Afraid on the brain.
Pale in Connecticut.
Uh-huh. Pale and Connecticut. That sounds like a movie, but like an indie.
Yeah. TM. Just kidding.
TM. Oh, there's so many TMs in here. Okay, so he gets a mail order course in nutrition and herbology, and also enrolled in Burroughs VitaFlex Institute. Stanley Burroughs, who's teaching, this is full of a lot of tangents, and
It's fine.
This is actually one. So Stanley Burroughs, Stanley Burroughs, whose teachings the school is based on, I got there, taught that colored light could heal cancer, and that a master cleanse of tea, lemon, maple syrup, and cayenne pepper could detox the body. He was convicted multiple times of practicing medicine without a license and was charged in the death of 1 patient.
Oh my god. Okay.
So
You know, people are going to argue, oh, people die under doctors' care all the time. This is going to be a really controversial episode, by the way. You have to know that. There are so many people who are
I know.
are current day oilers.
Yes, I know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I know. The oil mafia might be coming.
They're
for me.
coming. They're going to burn our houses down.
But honestly, I have like
with
no beef.
oil. Lighter fluid.
That's okay. I'll just get my clary.
Frankincense.
I'll get my clary sage oil out to
They're frankincense,
I'm
which
not-
is like one of the more like rose, like the
Rose
yeah, the most expensive one.
Oh, it is frankincense.
Yeah.
That's another episode though.
Oh God. Is it? Oh
it's
my
another
God.
episode.
Yeah, I bet. It's so expensive.
That'll
It's like
be-
$152 or something like that. I forget.
Yeah, that's
No, I think
that is.
Like,
That is.
I don't know how, but it's one something. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah. It's really, really expensive, and
ridiculous.
it's
By
over
Dr. Young.
harvested. It's over harvested, and it's creating an issue. Okay, so Gary Young, he's apparently also earning degrees from all these unaccredited institutions.
Yeah.
In the early 80s, Young, his wife Donna Jean, and their 6 kids moved to Spokane.
It's Spokane, by the way.
Spokane,
Washington?
Washington.
Yeah.
Trigger warning.
Ika. No, is it yuck? All right.
It's yuck, but not in the way that you think it is.
Okay, thank you.
So just trigger warning.
You have to warning.
I
You
can't. I don't
have to
know
say what it is.
I can't really put into words.
But
what
you
it
have.
is.
You can't just say trigger
I know.
warning.
I'm trying to
'Cause
think.
then it's just like say heads up.
That's up.
you gotta say what it is.
Okay. Trigger warning. Possible infanticide.
I'm gonna look that shit up right now.
Infanticide.
God damn it, Kendra. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, she does.
Oh.
Okay. So trigger warning. Possible infanticide.
Baby death.
Yes. In the early 80s, Young, his wife, Donna Jean, and their 6 kids moved to Spokane, Washington, where they opened up an urban nutrition shop that kind of offered clinical services, including prenatal services and a blood test that could detect cancer. Young believed that delivering babies underwater would be naturally immunized. And so he delivered all of his children this way thus far. However, in September of 1982, he delivered his 7th child, and she died of asphyxiation and cardiac arrest as he kept her underwater for almost an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
What the fuck? He drowned his newborn baby?
Yeah.
Why? Like, why the long time?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Don't know.
That's disgusting.
So the police department, so he wasn't arrested.
Why?
It was ruled an accident, although the coroner
my God.
was like, I mean,
You
I
held
guess
your
it was an
baby
accident, but she
underwater
would have
for an
survived
hour.
if you hadn't done that. Like, there was nothing wrong with the baby at all. The baby would have survived.
Certainly.
But yeah, it was ruled an accident. However, this launched an undercover investigation, where the Spokane Police Department posed officers as a pregnant couple, and they were offered water births and the blood cancer test thing. I don't really know. So he was arrested, not for the death of his daughter, which is shocking.
Wild.
But for practicing medicine without a license. He pled guilty and spent 60 days in jail and a year on probation. In 18, I'm still in Dickensian times.
It's so reckless. Like, it's so, like, crazy to me that you would think that a baby would be able to survive. It's not amniotic fluid. It's not still in the sac. It's not still receiving oxygen via,
umbilical cord, which is what he thought.
Okay.
It's a lot of hubris.
Fuck you. I feel like, honestly, half of the pod is me looking shit up. I'm gonna learn so much.
Oh my God, yeah.
In case anybody else is wondering, excessive pride or self-confidence. Hubris.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm okay. I'm not dumb, for the record, but, it's fine.
You're the smartest I know.
Mm-hmm. See?
I know.
Jenna
You don't need a big vocabulary. Okay, and in 1983, his first wife, Donna Jean, divorced him and took his kids back to Canada.
Well, fucking finally.
Yeah. He decided to open up a health shop in Chula Vista.
Oh my God, he made it down here?
Yeah, he's down here. Chula Vista is like south of San Diego.
Did he die? He died.
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
He's dead.
Not that I like that, but not that I hate that. Okay.
Yeah. So he decided to open up a health shop which sold vitamins and homeopathic remedies. And then he was like, you know what I miss? Pretending to be a doctor. So he just popped right over to TJ. Tijuana,
God.
Mexico, and opened the Rosarita Beach Clinic, which, when you hear it, sounds like Rosarito, which is like beautiful and cool and
beautiful
fun and
Rosarito.
But no, it's not. It's Rosarita Beach Clinic.
Oh God.
In Tijuana, in TJ.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No.
No. And you know what sucks is that I feel like the people in TJ would be like, oh, they're an American opening a, because there's a lot of Americans who have like practices down in TJ because, whatever.
It's easy. Yeah.
Yeah. But they go in like full blown believing this guy. Mm-hmm. Because probably based on the fact that he's American and, whatever and blah, blah, blah. And he just like looks like the other ones that have set up shop, not understanding how credentials work in America. They don't know that like, oh, you have to how to check if he's actually educated or licensed or.
In the brochure, it listed him as the medical director and also called him Dr. Young. So he was just like full on. But he also claimed the clinic specialized in degenerative diseases and that he could treat multiple sclerosis, arthritis, heart disease, lupus, and cancer. His
God. So he not only was like, oh, I'm going to make this magical oil. He's fucking crazy.
yeah, this is years before the oils even started.
Ugh.
So his 21-day cancer detox program cost $6,500, and that was plus room and board. Or so at not including room and board, like plus it was like $200 a week or whatever.
Yeah.
If you couldn't come to Mexico, you could take a mail order blood test in which you poke yourself with a pin. They give you 2 little glass slides and you send it back in the mail to be tested at a clinic. However, this is 1987. So like that I feel like is like somewhat normal now where you like send blood, like whatever. This is 87. And when they did send the slides, someone was like, what the fuck is this? You can't use this. Anyway, so this part I didn't need to include. This is one of my tangents. But it's so good. Wait, hold on. I got to get my microphone in the right spot for full effect.
Oh.
Okay.
I put my phone down. I was Googling Mr. Young. And then
in 1987, a reporter for the LA Times caught wind of his clinic and sent away for a blood test because they were like, let's
see what happened.
So I'm gonna read from the article because I can't like do it justice. Okay, so this is all quotes.
Okay.
Upon request, the Rosarita Beach Clinic, run by naturopath Don Gary Young, sends a prospective patient a kit with sharp pins and to Camp Pendleton.
Okay, forgot.
I know.
I should be used to that. I grew up there, but forget.
I know. When I first moved to San Francisco and I felt an earthquake, I was like,
it's Camp Pendleton.
It's just bombs. And Tommy was like, what?
You find comfort in bombs.
I know. He was like, that was an earthquake. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We don't live by bombs.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me start it.
Sorry. Edit it out.
I know. No one needs to know where we are.
No.
They probably know. Everyone knows us. Okay.
Yeah.
Upon request, the Rosarita Beach Clinic, run by naturopath Don Gary Young, sends a prospective patient a kit with sharp pins and 2 glass slides. The patient is directed to puncture the little finger of each hand and make 5 blood spots on each side. 1 for the left hand, 1 for the right. The slides are then mailed along with $60 to the clinic for diagnosis. A Times reporter prepared 2 slides using blood from a healthy 7-year-old 20-pound tabby cat named Boomer that belongs to... that belongs to a Glendale veterinarian, Ahmed Khalek. The slides were presented at the clinic by the reporter who identified himself as the prospective patient. Sharon Reynolds, quote, health educator at the clinic, who also casts horoscopes for patients at $50 each, examined the slides under a microscope that projects an image on a television monitor. She said she found evidence of aggressive cancer in the cells as well as liver problems. The cancer, she said, had been in the reporter's system for 4 or 5 years. You must have suspected something, she said, gazing up with sorrowful eyes.
Oh my God.
The reporter said he had not suspected anything and suggested that another blood crystallization test be conducted that day. This time, his own blood was used, and Reynolds found signs of latent cancer, but no evidence of aggressive cancer. She said that liver dysfunction was still evident, as well as pancreas and thyroid problems. She suggested another test be done in the near future. The Times mailed a 3rd set of slides for the follow-up test suggested by Reynolds. This time, blood from a chicken in Chinatown poultry shop was used.
So good.
Red cells in chicken blood are oval-shaped and have no nuclei, distinctly different from the round, non-nucleated red cells in the blood of mammals when viewed under a microscope, experts say. Nevertheless,
it's like literally looking at like a leaf versus like, I don't know, not a leaf, like a blade of grass. Like it's, I don't know, but you can literally see when you look that deep, like the different shapes of it all. Like if,
yes. Nevertheless, the Rosarita Beach Clinic diagnosed the chicken blood as if it were human. It closed with the same prescription that they had the first time. A doctor, head of hemopathology, hemotopathology.
Hold on, we're gonna have to roll it back. I need to hear you try at least.
Dr. Faramars Naeem, head of
so bad.
Hemotopathology at UCLA Medical.
Hemopathology.
No, it's got a top in there.
Hemotopic.
Hematopology.
Hematopology.
Maybe.
That might be it.
That feels right.
Yeah, it sounds good too.
Was asked by the Times to look at the cat and human blood slides as well as the chicken blood slides similar to the ones sent in the clinic. Naeem, who was told nothing about the blood, immediately asked about one slide. Is this human blood? It looks like chicken blood.
My God.
Of the clinic's written diagnosis, he says, quote, "This is just garbage. It contains words and terminology without making much sense. It's crazy."
Thank you.
Sharon Reynolds, Rosarita Beach Clinic health educator, later defended her analysis of the chicken blood in a telephone interview. She said, "I've never seen chicken blood before, so I wouldn't know. If it had been human blood, that would have been an accurate analysis of the blood."
Okay, my God. I've never seen you literally have seen chicken blood and you thought it was
thought it was human blood. As for Boomer the cat, Reynolds insisted
Boomer the cat. Oh,
that was not a healthy cat. That cat probably has leukemia. Mary Nightingale, assistant to veteran Calic, said Boomer was tested for leukemia after the clinic diagnosis and was found to be neither afflicted with nor carrying the disease.
Healthy ass cat.
Yeah. All right. Back to the original story. That was just a random.
That's just so good.
I just love the pettiness.
Yeah. And
the pettiness at which they followed up. That was like good ass reporting.
Yes. Absolutely. The boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground, sending in chicken blood from Chinatown.
Also cat blood from
Boomer. The tabby cat. 20 pounds, just so everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
So in 1988, he was arrested for violating his parole because he was still fucking around pretending to be a doctor. That year, the state of California also filed a complaint against him for unfair, deceptive, untrue, and misleading advertising and unlawful and fraudulent business practices.
Just all of it.
Yeah.
That is so... Have you seen a picture of him?
Yeah, actually. So I have seen a picture of him, but I also read an article where they described him as having tanned, leathery skin.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't unsee that.
Yeah. White,
leathery
teeth.
Oh yeah, I have seen his teeth. They
They
look like Jason Sudeikis when he plays Joe Biden, when he's got like those big fake teeth in.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Or like totally Fire Marshal Bill. Oh, that's Fire Marshal Bill. That is actually exactly who he is.
Oh my God.
Possibly. That same year, a third lawsuit was brought against him by a former employee of the Rosarita Clinic who alleged he gave Young and his second wife, Dixie, $100,000 for clinical development, but instead they just used it for themselves. He also alleged they misappropriated corporate funds and failed to distribute insurance payments that had been made to the clinic and that were supposed to be reimbursed back to the patients. When he got out of jail, he was ordered to pay like a $10,000 fine, and his second wife and 2 kids left him. I would think, I've been to jail twice. My kids and wife have left me twice. I should maybe like change my path or, like, reconsider what I'm doing.
But it's that humorous of it all.
Hubris.
Fuck. God damn it. Isn't humorous a bone?
It is a bone. It is a bone, but
God dang it.
Close.
But it's that where he like can't see his wrong in it. And he's very like, oh, he thinks highly of himself. And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
you know.
He just like really wants to be a doctor.
Yeah, well, he should really fucking go to medical school.
But like, it would be so much work
if he had to do that. So let's just lie to people and then go to Rosarita Beach Club or beach
60 days in jail is a lot less time
than like 13 years of medical school.
So he gets back on his regular bullshit.
Oh.
This time he starts Young Life International Incorporated, utilizing a multi-level marketing plan to sell health products. And MLM made a lot more sense because it would be other people selling his products for him. And so he would kind of escape the culpability of the claims when it comes to the law.
Oh, I thought it was all like...
Well,
Like,
yeah,
it'll
but
find its
he's
way
not
to him.
responsible because they're independent salespeople.
So that's where it stops. The liability stops
he
there.
can't be, he'd be like, well, that's what
I
they said.
wasn't
That's not what I
there.
believe.
I wasn't there.
So
This
at
is what I
this
have
point,
printed out for
he's
them.
selling products like colon aid and liver tone, referring to himself as Dr. Young.
I saw so much shit when I was just looking him up. It was bad.
He also became interested in essential oils after meeting a French lavender distiller at a health expo. And then he travels to France to study distilling methods and ends up buying a plot of land and growing tansy, lavender, and peppermint. In 1993, he met his third wife, Mary. She was an ex-opera singer and had the experience at another MLM at her previous job. She recalls in an interview with Young Living's blog, The Lavender Life, quote, on our first day taking orders, we made about $1,800, which was not enough to pay the bills. Feeling a little discouraged, we sprinkled Abundance, TM, essential oil blend on the computer keyboard, and then the...
Oh my God! What in the juju? Oh my God! What in the juju? Like, you can't.
But honestly, there really is
you
a little
can
TM.
make this up, I guess, because they did.
Yeah, there really is little TM there too. That wasn't just me saying it.
Lord.
TM, Abundance. Actually, I really like the smell of Abundance.
I have not smelled it. Yeah, but it's not going to cure
It's
you
good.
from like liver.
No, it's also
shit
not gonna. You know what?
Is it also going to bring it?
Maybe
Is it going to bring 1,800 listeners to our podcast?
Yeah, maybe if I sprinkle some Abundance
help.
on this keyboard, it wouldn't short out, and instead,
Yeah. It'll do what you tell.
Apparently, they also mixed in Abundance in the paint in their new outfit. I don't know. Whatever. You do you. I mean, I don't understand.
Hard.
I don't know what that would do to the like chemistry of the paint.
This is the thing. I honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, young mom, and first time mom, and I was just really desperate to like think about like alternative ways to like maybe, you know, whatever. And it's not that I was experimenting on my kids, but I was like, oh, okay, well, other friends are trying this. Like, it seems to work. Like, honestly, and they have this one for allergies that you just like roll on your neck and it like clears me up. And it has to, like, obviously peppermint is going to clear your sinuses. Like, there are.
No, so there are real like medicinal benefits for things. And I love oils.
Yeah.
I have a lot of oils.
Yeah.
I was just telling Christine was it Christine?
doTERRA, Christine?
Yeah. No, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was Kendra. Oh, it was telling Kendra that, you know, like they say you're not supposed to ingest them. But like I had this one. It wasn't doTERRA and it wasn't Young Living, but it was like Sage or I don't know what it's called. But it was like this digestion one where you would like, you roll it on your hand and then you lick your hand and it's kind of supposed to help with like upset tummy.
Oh.
It fucking worked.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's again not curing my cancer.
No.
I don't have cancer, but I mean, it's not.
Yeah. No,
it's not curing anything other than kind of like an upset tummy.
Yeah, an upset tummy, or maybe
like a stiff neck,
or you know,
or it just smells good. And I just like things. I'm a very smelly kind of person, so I need my house. I need my house smelling all sorts of smells.
Oh my God,
different rooms, different smells.
And honestly, your house is always smelling very good. I walk into your house and I'm like, yeah. My house is okay. It's fine. But no,
you need more.
Actually,
oh my God,
you need more Glade plugins.
Lil, shout out Hunter. Lil came in the other day because we were making our advent calendars. She's like, "Bitch, you got a real Christmas tree?" I was like, "No, that's just my kitchen under construction. They use plywood.
Pine.
It's the plywood. It just smells like wood. Isn't that funny?" But no, I just feel like there was a time where I like really did all of these things and like wanted to believe some of it. I tried the oils on my kids and my kids were never fucking sicker. That was the time when JMO spent 2 days in the hospital and Shepard spent a day and a half in the hospital, where it was like JMO because of his asthma and Shepard because of RSV.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't because of the oils. It was but
it
there was a
was
full
like,
sense of security.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, fuck let me just bleh an oil on you. And I just feel like I was just not doing, I was leaning hard on the oils versus just, hydrating perhaps more than,
Yeah.
I was hydrating them, but like
Yeah.
I'm militant about. Sorry, excuse me, burp. I was militant. I'm now militant about like, oh, you're a little stuffy. Chug water or water. Like honestly, I don't know. Maybe water's the new Vicks.
I think that water flushes like almost everything. out.
Everything. Water fixes everything.
My tummy hurts. Water.
Everything. Water. You have a
Yeah.
headache. Water.
You're tired.
water. Like get your body moving. It's like your body's lubricant, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's.
Yeah, no. I do. I like oils. And
Yeah.
I do like, I don't know. I wasn't a big believer that like it would like prevent you from getting sick or that it was like
See, I was.
antimicrobial, but
I was.
I think that I always come I'm always come
Even Thieves.
I always come in a little skeptical. I actually just don't really like Thieves because I don't like it cinnamony, but doTERRA has one that's called Safeguard that's got like more orange and less lemon, and I like that one more.
Mm-hmm. But is it going to cure you of all
No.
things? I know. So
No, but
I'm so glad these are not Tommy's boxes.
because you've leaned hard.
No,
Like,
I've leaned hard.
yeah.
There's no going back.
So Mary and Gary,
Mary
hard
and
left.
Gary.
Mary and Gary married in 1994. They also rebranded Young Life whatever to Young Living. And according to one former employee, Mary was the one who provided the startup funds, brought in colleagues from her previous MLM,
She's
and was
an
the
MLM
majority.
master.
Yeah, and was the majority owner of everything. Probably because he was like,
smart.
he's already done this a few times and he's already gotten in trouble. So
He's
it's probably
like,
a
hey, let's
safeguard.
put it all on you, and
Mhm.
if it goes down, it'll be less.
Yeah. So I'm going to shift a little bit to less of his personal life because, I mean, he does do stuff. He is like kind of a toxic employer.
Yeah.
He seemed to have like, I don't know. We'll get there. We'll get there. But so Young Living with both Gary and Mary at the helm steadily grew for years, inspiring other similar businesses to pop up. But Young Living claims to have the purest oils in the market.
They did claim that when I bought mine.
This is something that we will explore, but not in this episode. We will explore it, and it'll be a two-parter.
Okay.
But so we'll do Young Living, and then we'll do doTERRA next.
I'm excited because I know nothing about it.
And we'll revisit that purity thing there. Okay. In 2000, they opened the Young Living Research Clinic in Springfield, Utah. It was run by a man named Sherman Johnson. This is another tangent.
Let's go, baby.
It was included in the New York Times story, and it was just too funny. So Johnson was an actual doctor. However, he had just had his license reinstated. 10 years earlier, a woman had died in his care, and she was undergoing cancer treatment. A nurse raised questions about her death, and they exhumed her body. Turns out she didn't have cancer, but she had told Johnson that she had been injected with cancer by a group of witches and gay doctors. And he was just like, okay, here's some Demerol. And so she died of a Demerol overdose.
Bye. Sorry, that sounds so fucked up, but I'm like, if you're coming in with these
witches and gay doctors. Wait,
bye.
It is okay, but specifically, and this is like the visual I can't get out of my head, is that a group of witches and gay doctors. And like, where is this group?
Yeah.
And can I be a part of it?
How do I get
How
in?
do I get
What
a
is
part
the
of
secret?
that
Now,
group?
open sesame. How do I get in?
Like, what is happening?
I see that.
Yeah. I can't stop mentally spiraling about what that even looks like.
They decide.
How dare they not invite
I know.
3-year-old me?
3-year-old me. You had big dreams at 3.
I know.
You could have added a lot of value.
I know. To live deliciously.
Mm-hmm.
My brain just completely Okay, so she dies. So Johnson pleads guilty to manslaughter, goes to jail.
Oh, he does plead guilty?
He does plead guilty.
There's no way out.
Yeah, goes to jail. And so this is the one real doctor.
The
they
one
hired.
real doctor who's killed somebody.
So eventually the research center was shut down in 2005 and Young opened up another one in Ecuador. So during this time, Gary was really feeling himself. He was spending a lot of money and was saying crazy shit. Like he made like a castle at his house and like a jousting arena, and he like made people call him Sir Gary. Doing all these Sir Gary and jousting. Well, I don't know why, but it's what he's doing. Also, there was a rumor around this time that he was trying to make like a theme park called Mount Youngsmore, and it was his face and then like good clean merriment around. But they denied that this was a thing. But David Sterling was like, oh yeah, that was a thing. David Sterling was their COO at the time.
What the fuck? Yeah.
And so it was super lucky because he surrounded himself with good, smart workers who were just like, we're going to get this thing going. And as long as he's not around, then we can get because every time he does something, it's like
fucking us up.
It's fucks everything up.
Yeah, it's throwing us.
And so David Sterling, his COO, was fired after trying to keep Young out of stories about the company because he was just saying like ridiculous shit. And so he kept trying to bring it back to the oils, because Gary was just like off being crazy. And he started to become concerned when he saw a video of Gary performing gallbladder surgery and giving essential oils intravenously at a clinic in Ecuador.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be cutting this person open all the while putting bullshit into their veins. You're not supposed to have that level of concentration. It's in the veins.
Yeah.
At most topical, perhaps ingesting some.
Bomb.
I never ingested any of it. But
I did not ingest, except for that licking thing.
Yeah, that one time.
That
one time. But
I know.
Intravenously? No, he's gonna kill some. Did he kill them?
Does not say.
Okay, he probably did.
Possibly.
I'm gonna go with he killed them.
A long, slow death, probably, because that shit is
they didn't
not
die
going to
that
be good.
day. They died like a month later.
Yeah.
2 days later.
After Sterling was fired, Young emailed him.
Side note, not related to anything. Do you know Aldrich wanted to name Shepard Sterling?
Like Archer?
Oh, wait. Nope.
Like Sterling Archer?
Who's that?
Archer? The cartoon?
Oh, no.
Oh,
maybe. I don't know. It was a doctor on one of the doctor shows I used to watch.
Oh.
Okay.
Cute. Oh, so Young emailed him, quote, Satan exercised dominion over you to the point where you started thinking that you had knowledge and ability greater than anyone else, including me, the creator of the company.
I can't.
So Sterling went off and formed doTERRA.
Stop.
Or doTERRA. doTERRA. I don't know
which
which of those.
doTERRA.
I've heard doTERRA, but I always called it doTERRA, so I don't know. I'm just going off of
doTERRA.
habit. doTERRA.
That's funny.
doTERRA.
It's so wild.
doTERRA.
It's like
yeah, and that it is very
McDonald's.
much. It's McDonald's.
Not the same, but you know what I mean.
Oh my God, what is it in Coming to America?
McDowell's.
McDowell's.
Oh my God, Aldrich would be so proud of me. I can't remember much, but when I do,
it's real weird.
It's real weird.
It's real weird.
It's
real
good. Yep.
So yeah, it was a copy and paste situation. We'll definitely cover them next.
They had a falling out. Okay.
Yeah, so they had a falling out. Young Living claims to be an MLM. This is switch gears. This episode is going to switch gears a lot. This one is a little unorganized.
That's fine.
Because I went too far down rabbit holes. And here we are.
But this is the thing. I think that the rabbit holes that you are going to go down and you have gone down, I think everybody else is like, wait a minute. Hold on.
Huh? What's she talking about? Wait, how we get here?
What?
Yeah.
But it's good. It's like good rabbit holes.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
All right. So switching gears a little bit, Young Living claims to be an MLM. They rely on independent salespeople and their network to sell products. An MLM is considered legal as long as the main source of income for individuals derives from the sale of products and not the recruitment of people into the company. So that is what would make it a pyramid scheme. So MLMs like to say a triangular shaped system, but at Young Living, the emphasis is on recruiting, but because they actually sell a product, it's like kind of how they get around it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of pyramid scam watch
Oh
dogs
my God,
that are like, hey, this is basically a pyramid scheme.
So I bought one.
Uh-huh.
And then I wanted to buy another one.
Uh-huh.
So I basically sold it to Aldrich.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that the person who sold it to me could get credit for that.
Yeah.
Essentially. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yes.
So the emphasis is definitely on recruitment and like getting money to people on your upline. But even if you do recruit, you're still fucked because you don't get to keep your commission. Most of it goes to your upline and the person above them, and so on and so on and so on. And to qualify for commission, you're required to spend $100 a month on personal volume or PV.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people don't even, they're spending more than they're making.
I remember when it was like loud and proud and crazy and like the hotness, people would be like, hey, does anybody need me to order anything for them? I can throw it in with my order and blah, 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 blah. And you can get a discount for it. Just let me know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was literally people just trying to hit their PV every month.
Yeah.
So that they could continue to stay on board.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
So most of the people that I talked to said that they did it mostly for the discount.
Yeah.
But it was the Facebook groups that started to get like
real
super crazy. And the pressure for the people above you to sell more. And
so
it started
I know
getting
somebody
really, really
who
weird.
did books for somebody who was high up.
Mm-hmm.
And she made like $600,000 a year.
Yeah. Well, if you're higher up, you can make a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
However, the average person makes about $4 a year.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, why?
And that doesn't include what it costs to earn that $4. So
wasted
that's
time and wasted efforts. Yeah.
And so I don't buy into MLMs. I don't like the fact that like if I wanted to buy something from you, you're not going to be getting most of the money because it's going to people I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't like to buy from people that do that.
No.
But if you are selling in an ethical way and if this is what you want to do and you feel that it's working for you, then like
do your thing. Maybe
watch your back a little bit because MLMs do ruin lives. And a lot of times it's MLMs that are pyramid schemes, but people don't realize.
I think a lot of people do realize it. And there are sometimes people who are just like, fuck it. I'm making $1. That's why I like all the Monet moms.
Who?
Monet, that hair care brand. You didn't get hit up?
No.
Oh my God, I was getting hit up left and right to sell Monet, like that shampoo, conditioner, blah, 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 that's supposed to change your hair. And it was like really targeting moms, much the same way that like Young Living was.
Yeah. There's so many of them.
So bad. Like, oh yeah, did your hair fall out after you gave birth? Look at my hair now, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, of course, all your hair falls out, hormones and, whatever. But
and it does steadily grow back on its own without the help
of Monet. Like, it was just crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. But I guess I would say proceed with caution, but I don't want to judge anyone who does it because I get the wanting to take control of your own finances. I get
that was the big sales point.
But that's what I feel like pisses me off because I'm like, you are like
targeting
and preying on, and I just
these moms who just have had their children, so they certainly are not going back
and they're
to
not
work
feeling
right
good
away.
Yeah, you're trying I don't like that it's predatory and making women feel like, oh, it's just so easy.
And anybody who says different is fucking lying.
Yeah. No, it makes me mad. Okay, so there's that. There's my little spiel on MLMs.
Mhm.
Essential oils, and we're not gonna get like too. Okay, I guess I do get a little bit into it. So essential oils have been around for centuries, used as perfumes, or in the mid 19th century, they were being used as food additives. There's a few studies that found that essential oils did have tangible health benefits regarding stress and mood regulation.
Sure.
Yeah, and so like I feel like that is chill.
Yeah.
They smell good. It helps with stress, like just giving you a
Honestly,
little bit of
like,
a mood
It
boost.
smells good.
Yeah, I'm a big smell person, so I
yeah.
do get it. However, Young Living taps into the growing unease with the medical industry and the hesitance of big pharma and getting back into something more natural, which I also get. But in 2015, the FDA sent a letter warning the company after discovering the members were claiming the oils could treat conditions such as Ebola, Parkinson's, autism, hypertension,
MS,
cancer,
I'm sure.
insomnia, heart disease, PTSD, dementia, and MS.
Mm.
They were like, stop. And so Young Living was like, okay, well, we're going to put systems in place to flag and educate members. But this was like a very like kind of performative way. They were like,
They weren't going to do
hey,
anything about it.
They sent out this memo that was like, instead of saying this is how you could say it to like kind of
Go around
it.
Yeah.
But then they also started spending more money and putting more resources into their sister publishing company, Life Science Publishing, in which if they're not associated, they can freedom of speech write whatever they want about products.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's separate entity.
So it's a separate entity, but
yeah.
it's run by them.
Yeah.
So they publish a 640-page reference guide in which you can find an oil for everything under the sun. The reference desk?
The Bible?
Yeah. Leukemia.
I have one.
What? I actually got my hand on a few of the recipes, but I was like so angered by them that I was like, fuck that, I'm not including it. What if someone hears this and they're like, oh, if I just add some oregano oil, I might be able to like
You could literally look at everything. I have a video.
Yeah.
And it's literally like, oh, you have a headache? Use this and this.
You have dark thoughts of dark existential thoughts.
Use this.
3 drops of Sarah.
Yeah.
I was like, the fuck?
Yes.
PTSD, spousal abuse.
All the things.
All the things. I was like, no oil is going to heal you from. Oh, man. No, I had a hard time.
I need to figure out where it is. I'm trying to see it in my brain. Okay, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll have to find it.
It made me so angry that I was like, bleh.
I mean, I can even I'm sure we can find one.
No, I just don't want one.
I know, but I won't need to see it because it's so ridiculous.
Oh my God. Yeah. Trauma. Trauma. So another tangent, the Essential Oils Desk reference was written by Young and a man named Mark Schroeder. When Schroeder was a teenager, he shot and killed his multimillionaire grandfather because his mom manipulated him into doing it. He ended up spending 12 years in prison. And the crime spurred 2 books, one called At Mother's Request, and the other one called, and I didn't read it, and I don't know what this means, but it's called Nutcracker, Money, Madness, and Murder.
What? That's so good. Money, madness, and murder.
But Nutcracker. What is Nutcracker?
I don't know. One real Christmas, and then it took a real.
I don't know. Nutcracker. Oh, yeah. Both were turned into miniseries in the 80s, which I also need to watch.
I feel like it would be nice just to delve into the ridiculousness of it all.
I know. I'm like, I do have to see it. So this guy, Mark Schroeder, he said, or this is a quote, Gary had strong opinions on certain oils that would often contradict the science. And so him and I would have to argue about it. And oftentimes it would just be, well, my experience overrules the science. And so I would have to defer to him. And that's according to Business Insider.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That.
Yeah.
So it's still going today.
Overrules this.
Yeah, because duh.
My experience overrules the science, so defer.
Yeah. So Gary Young died May 12th, 2018 in Salt Lake City.
I remember when it happened. It was like the death herd round the oil. It was honestly like so like
Yeah.
everybody was like, oh, and I'm like,
Yeah. So his
How
wife
did he
Mary.
die?
So his wife Mary
leukemia.
said he died due to complications from a series
Oil.
of strokes, but his son Sean was like it was cancer.
Interesting. Not that fuck cancer in all ways.
Yeah. But I feel like there was an image issue with if you're saying that your oils can cure cancer and then you're like,
and so you're certainly not going to admit to that. Like,
yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it sucks and he sucks.
He totally
sucks and I stand by it.
He sucks in many a way.
Yeah.
He sucks so many times over. He sucks every time he made a new family and continued to suck. And like, you know?
He's like a stand-up guy, but he's literally left 8 kids.
Sucks.
8 kids. That he just was like, psh.
Is young living still a thing?
Yeah, very much so.
People still, well,
I think that they're trying to like pivot a little bit, but yeah, they're still a thing.
Is Mary still marrying?
Honestly, wait, hold on, let me look. She became CEO.
She's still marrying.
I think she is still marrying.
She's still MLMing. She's the OG. Like literally, she's who turned MLM Mary LaMary.
Yeah. I also have like beef with MLMs because
they're so yucky. They're very used car salesmen for me.
Yeah.
And there's always like an alternative motive.
Yeah. There's this book called like The Missing Crypto Queen or something, and it's about this woman named Ruja Ignatova, and she basically started like a crypto MLM and people were putting their life savings in it, but she was just funneling money to make it look like people, and then she just like she's gone. No one knows where she is. Like
Ponzi.
Literally on she is literally on the lam.
See? That's the thing. Like you can
just with millions,
so sad,
billions
because people,
of dollars.
people.
It's like their actual livelihoods.
Yeah. No. Okay. Well.
Yeah. So that is.
I can't wait to see what Sterling does, even though it's kind of the same beast. But I don't know why I'm less mad at doTERRA.
You will be.
Okay. Cool.
They actually. So. This is interesting because no one, I mean, I think Gary Young sucks, but for the most part, like the crime isn't as like intense as we normally, or like the fuckery isn't as intense as normal, which
it's
I think is
severe.
Kind of nice.
It's still bad.
But it's good to think about because I think in the world of wellness, we were often talking about oils. And so next episode, when we talk about doTERRA, which it does apply also to Young Living, we'll talk about more like supply chain issues and over-harvesting and what it's doing to the ecosystem. Well, the ecosystem and the people who
like live near the area.
Yeah.
Are they having a sriracha moment?
I mean,
like not like their eyes are burning and
no, it's not. Are you referring to like people in the aisles of like Vaughn's fighting for sriracha?
No, you know that's why there was a sriracha shortage.
Why?
Was because they had to stop making it. Was because it was like, this is gonna sound really stupid if it's not true. Oh no, you think I'm so? I know I'm so cool. Okay. What I was told by my husband.
How about this? I will look it up, and if it's true, I'll leave it, and if it's not true, I'll take it out.
What I was told by my husband, so not a credible source, was that they had to stop. They had to put a pause on making sriracha because it was so spicy that it was like making like the whole town or area or city that they were making it in was experiencing
Like a respiratory situation. That sounds crazy because they've been making it for all these years. However, I've cooked up some jalapenos and not been able to go into my house without my
Bro,
like,
let me
watering.
tell you how
So I feel like that
when
would
we
like
make
make
keema,
sense.
I like
choke. Yeah, so I could imagine that being true, but also like haven't they been making it for a long time? Like they just now are like, oh, we've been choking this whole time.
What is the deal with sriracha being sold out everywhere? Let's see. I'm gonna punch Aldrich. Lack of peppers because they don't honor their contracts with their pepper providers.
Oh, actually, yeah.
That sounds
It is a very
logical.
similar situation. Plus, I have to like go harder into some research on doTERRA. Oh, are we leaving this in?
Bueno. Hey, can you remind me? I was, just having a casual conversation with the yen. And can you remind me why the sriracha had a shortage?
The batches of the red jalapeno that's grown specifically in the region of Mexico that they come from, because of the drought, they were unable to produce that particular pepper.
Fuck you, honey. Fuck you.
This sounds like it's going on the podcast.
Fuck you, honey.
That cackle really is
You know what?
treacherous.
I'm mad because you told me that they were I'm madder than a dad in traffic. You told me that they had to stop making sriracha because it made the town's nasal passages spicy.
So initially, that's been the ongoing complaint in the city of Arcadia, as they wanted to get rid of it, but they could never, by the ordinance of whatever, actually enact it. So that wasn't the truth. It was just they tried to so many times and couldn't do shit about it.
You weren't gonna update me with the truth? I'm over here.
I didn't tell you that.
I'm over here lying on the pod in your name.
Oh my God, you lied on the pod.
I'm lying on the pod. Fuck off. I love you. Bye. God damn it. He comes with like this.
Because the peppers
were making people cough and choke. It was too spicy for them to be outside.
honestly, like I was like, oh well, I mean,
I literally believed it, and I wonder how many people I told.
you've been spreading misinformation.
Yes,
Sriracha misinformation.
sriracha misinformation. The most severe kind.
And also the most important.
The most important / severe kind of misinfo.
Everyone's out there having their
Ugh.
weird off-brand sriracha, and you're telling them lies.
And I'm like, you know why you're eating that poo-poo? People are choking.
lies.
That's a lie.
Lies. What should we call this one?
Nothing that has anything to do with sriracha. Young living ain't no, it's fucked up.
Abundance TM is spiritually fucked.
Yes, abundance TM is spiritually fucked.
Or no, actually,
All
spiritually
TMs.
fucked, is spiritually fucked. No.
Young living TM is spiritually fucked.
Young living TM.
Gary is spiritually fucked.
Actually, no. Gary is the most spiritually fucked.
Gary is the most spiritually fucked. Gary and Mary.
Spiritually Mary. Although Mary didn't leave 8 kids.
She didn't, but she's
Complicit.
Well, we can't ignore her part in this. She's the queen of MLM.
Yeah, but I mean, they're also not like Rajeshi.
No, that's true. They're just making money off of.
Yeah. Capitalism is
Rosarita. Yeah.
Rosarita. I've lost it.
No. Okay. Gary and Mary, spiritually fucked.
TM.
TM. TM. I love a TM. Just not theirs, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Follow us on
Spiritually F podcast on
And-
Instagram.
please rate and review us because we're awesome. Bye.
What hubris.
What a hubris.